Hi everybody. I wanted to take a moment today to talk about one of the many different types of clutter, and that's inherited clutter. And the reason I want to talk about it is because it's one of the types of clutter that I used to have a hard time letting go of. And frequently when my sister and I are speaking about clutter clearing or lecturing about clutter clearing, it's one of the types of clutter that we get a lot of questions about. So inherited clutter is basically anything that maybe a family member has given you, or maybe it's something that's been passed down from generation to generation. And frequently it's something that we feel obligated to keep. But the truth is, and I have to remind myself of this sometimes too, we are not responsible for holding on to other people's clutter, not even our family members' clutter and not even our ancestors' clutter. Now, there are a few things that I might do a little bit differently if I'm dealing with inherited clutter. I might want to take a picture of the object so I have a record of it, or frequently I'll send out an email to friends or relatives and just say, hey, this is something that I have that I'm thinking about letting go of. Does anybody want it? But if no one replies yes, then I know that I can let it go and I can feel really good about it. Particularly because if an object is sitting in my home and it's not something that I love and it's not being used, then it always feels like a bit of a waste to me. So what I like to do is let go of it, and I try to do it in a way that's really thoughtful, intentional, and think about where I'm donating it in hopes that that object will find a new home where it is loved and it is used. And I know that sometimes people hold on to inherited clutter because they think, well, I need to pass this down to my children. So if you're thinking that, then I think a great thing to do is ask yourself a couple of questions. One of the questions being, do I really want to pass on my clutter to my children? And or do I want to give my children the gift of a clutter-free life? And of course, every time I ask myself that, the answer always is, I want to give my son the gift of a clutter-free life. It's something that I try to do every day by clearing my own clutter, by modeling clutter clearing. And it's something that I know I can do by letting go of this inherited clutter too. So I hope that helps you, and hope this is a few tips that are useful. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Laura and I are always here to answer questions and help. All right, thank you. Happy clutter clearing.